What's going on? Six fucking strings here. Another review. It's not Defeat Sunny's next album. I wasn't in the mood really. But we've got one of my favourite BDM releases ever today. Internal Bleeding's debut, Voracious Contempt. I mean, if you don't know who Internal Bleeding are, fuck you. They're fucking amazing. They get a lot of hate nowadays because they're kind of an old school slam band. And, a lot of slam bands nowadays have, you know, a really clean production, crazy guitar tones and such. And for being the first slam album, it doesn't really have much of that. I mean, it's got all the slams obviously, but it's a very, very 90s production. I mean, the guitar tone sounds like a fucking beehive. My YouTube's messing up. Brilliant. I got the cassette release here from Dissonant Tapes. They've released a lot of good stuff. Very nice cassette release. Mine is a bit damaged because I'm a clumsy cunt. Doesn't matter. And here's the J card. All the lyrics like you want. If there's any of these left, I'd recommend getting them because this album is pretty hard to get a hold of. Yeah, I fucking love this album to death. This album is fucking brilliant. I mean, it has a few drawbacks, but I've come to love even the drawbacks, really. Like I said, the guitar tone, oh my god, it's not like anything else you'll find, even in the 90s. It sounds like a fucking buzzsaw, but somehow it's still heavy. The way it mixes with the bass is fucking brilliant. The vocalist as well, vocals are fucking brilliant. He has a very weird way of pronouncing the lyrics in this one. It's not like any New York accent you've ever find, really. I'm not really sure how to describe it. He just pronounces the words very weirdly, but in a decipherable way. So you cannot actually understand what he's saying at some points. And that adds to the catchiness of the songs. And that's one thing this album has, it's fucking catchy. A lot of the songs in there are really easy to remember, the structure of them, because it's so catchy. And that's what you want from slam. I mean, slam doesn't have a lot of good attributes. You know, most of it's really basic. The production's pretty awful, personal opinion. You know, like, a lot of time you can't hear what the fucking vocalists are saying, but with this, you can almost understand what he's saying. And that's a big benefit in my opinion. Look at that, the fucking tapes came out of the cassette there. That's just my luck, isn't it? As soon as I start recording, that happens. God fucking damn it. Yeah, but anyway, this album, man, such a good fucking album. I think, I know slam's a lot more popular nowadays than it was in the 90s when this came out. There's a lot of people that get referred to as slam kids because they listen to all the modern slam stuff, like, I don't know, what do you lot listen to, like Futility, Waking the Cadaver, all that kind of deathcore influence stuff. It's got a lot more hardcore in it than this really has. Honestly, I've never been a big fan of that stuff. I've always thought the 90s BDM, early slam stuff has always been way better. It's super basic. Not too basic that it's like Mortician levels, but you know, you don't really want technicality in slam, do you? You don't go to slam for technicality or weird songwriting. If you want that, you know, go listen to, I don't know, Tool. Fuck Tool, Tool crap. But this album has everything you could want. The drum sound is pretty good on this. The production doesn't have a lot of good points, but the drum sound's one good point. The snare isn't too clangy like you find on a lot of slam albums. You can hear the double kick clear. All the cymbals sound great. It's just a fucking awesome album. And one thing this album also doesn't have that a lot of slam albums have is samples. It has a couple. It has one on, what track is it? I think it's Anointed in Servitude. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, I might be wrong. See what I mean? It's fucking perfect. Also, I think this album makes all other Slam albums obsolete, in my opinion. It's just perfect. Everything about it is perfect. I mean, if you go back and listen to the demos before they released this as well, you can hear this sound start to form. You can hear all the songwriting and the vocals. The vocals aren't as low back then, but when they released this, they were just on top of their game. Absolutely. It's a fucking awesome release. It opens really perfectly as well. It opens with synths, which you wouldn't expect from Slam or BDM, but it opens with this synth opening, and it really, really sets the mood. Turn it again, look. Fucking hell. Yeah, it opens with this little synth track. It's like nothing I've ever heard in death metal. You never hear stuff like that in death metal, but it fits so perfectly. Because this album has a very, you know, like serial killery, like horror movie kind of vibe to it, and that synth opening really gets you in the mood. Really gets you in the mood for it. It works perfectly. Fucking awesome. What else did I have to say about this album? Honestly, if you're gonna get into internal bleeding, obviously just listen to this. This is all you need. This. And their second album is worth listening to as well. It's basically just more of this. Everything after that, I mean, I wouldn't really bother. All you need is this. This is fucking awesome. Check it out. Stop listening to Arch Enemy. Don't be a pussy. Peace.